because ILR3 decided they wanted to release their game early this year in June instead of August. So a bit of a sprint season this time around, but joining me as usual is Jess.
Hello, it's good to be here. Season 3 of Xbox, and we have got we've got a few drivers that we know from last season, but most of the drivers we know are pretty much new to the league and new to ILR, so should be interesting. And also, what's different about ILR3 as well is line only. No assists are allowed except lines, so we should be up for a cracker.
Yeah. Well, from what I sort of been told, that ILR4 is the old ILR3, so technically this is a tier up. You've just sort of split ILR2 into two different tiers.
Yes. Because there was a lot of interest. There was a lot of interest for people just having no line, so that's why they had to make a new tier. Someone has already retired from the session. That's one of our new drivers, ILR Blazer Guns, who is in, I think, either the Sauber or the Ferrari. I can't really tell. Ferrari.
That's coming up with the Sauber for 3 drivers on the timing grid there, so I'm not too sure what's happening. I'm assuming he's in the Ferrari, because I think Snod's in the Sauber as well, but we'll just have to wait and see. Trying to see who's actually on a lap at the moment. Doing all the telemetry and laps, as you can see. So, pretty much a completely different grid almost, apart from a few drivers. This is actually going to get a move up from what we were commentating last time. So we're still commentating on the likes of APS Hamilton, ILRT Jason, ILRT Steerage as well, AJH, and Snod as well. Just trying to see who I recognise. Apart from that, I think it's a completely new grid.
And I think a few people have been moved down from ILR2 as well. So they've come up to ILR3, but I can't really tell which one it is. But I think what is different this season as well, they didn't really get a chance to pick their teammates. The admins have done it, so they've done it, I think, based on their performance from last season, or if they're new, based on their time trials. And we've got Steerage and Hamilton and Mercedes now. In my opinion, that's looking very strong lineup already in terms of teammates. So they were 1 and 2 in the championship. Steerage won ILR3 last season, well, current ILR4. So can he do the double this year? We'll just have to find out. And Hamilton, I think he's going to be hungry to get the title, I think.
Yeah, in ILR3 last time round, these guys were just... Hamilton and Steerage was just a league above everyone else. That's a big cut there from Steerage. That would have been a validation for sure. Aqua with a 1:21.8 on softs, so that's extremely quick. Bibin with 21 flat on super softs, even better. So I think from what I did a few laps around here earlier in career mode in McLaren, just sort of get my head into where we're expecting time to be. And a 1:22.2. Don't think we're going to see many people beat with that unless they put ultra softs on. I think it's around 5/10 difference for each compound. So just keeping that in mind, ILR Bibin, if he went on ultra softs, he'd probably still be around 5/10 behind.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are already, I think, faster than what I did yesterday, so we're doing well at the moment. A few people are sandbagging at the moment, so they're just setting their banker up time. So tyres on offer today, ultras, softs and supers. I was trying to remember then, I completely forgot about that. And if the weather is going to be like it is, it's probably going to most likely be a one-stop for pretty much all the drivers. You're either going to do ultra soft to supers, or no, ultra soft to soft, or super soft to soft. And I think you could just about make it with ultra soft to softs, but I would advise maybe if you're qualifying like from 11th downwards, probably supers to softs would work out really well, and they'll pit around about lap 13, well 12 to 18. I pitted around lap 13 yesterday because my tyres were dying. But I think I know they could. I think they could last a little bit longer because obviously this is a no line tier with abilities, you know, much more talented than mine. So yeah, they will get it for quite a long time. Quite a mixture of tyres I'm seeing.
And I mean, normally you can tell what the weather's going to do in the race judging by what tyres people use in the qualifying session, because say if loads of people go for the softest compound, pretty much all people go through the softest compound, which is pretty rare to see, especially in this game. Normally then you can decide that it's going to be raining in the race, because then the tyres they use in qualifying won't matter. They won't be using them in the race. So the majority has been on the ultras. We've seen 4 on the softs and 1 on the supers. So if by the end we see everyone on ultras, we might be in for a wet race.
Yes, and I swear every time I commentate a league on Australia, it always rains in the race. So I might bring in some sort of wet curse or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
If I am, I'm sorry.
To be fair, I remember in a different league that you were commentating, you know, the one on Saturday in the middle of the day? I won't be promoting any other league.
Yeah, I know
Just,
that. You were in that race as well, weren't you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably one of the best races I've ever had. But anyway, get back to this.
Yeah, get back to ILR, because, yeah, everyone has been pumped for the season to start, and here we are, and 120.2 from Smasher Sam in the Force India. Is it or the Haas? I can't really tell which one it is. No, it was the Force India, I was right. Yeah, on the Ultras though.
They are very similar colours in terms of a little dash next to their name on the side of the screen. So, yeah, it's just sort of the same with the Mercedes and the Williams, although looking at them for pretty much 10 months now, you can see the difference quite easily. But the Force India and the Haas, they're pretty much both completely white, so...
Yes, and no longer Force India anymore on the 2019 game. I think they're Racing Point, so I think this will be the last season we're going to say Force India, as Smasher Sam just cut the corner similar to what ILRT Series did earlier, so not the best way to take a corner. And I think a lot of people are going for their second stints, I believe.
Interestingly, Scope has actually come back out on the Super Soft, and he did his first lap on the Ultras, so he's around 2 seconds off of Smasher Sam's time, more like 1.5 seconds. But I think he can improve, judging by what Smasher Sam did. If he did a really good lap, he could get into the 120s. But yeah, just all the potential that people want to make an impression on the first race.
Yes. I think last season the champion wasn't in Australia. I think he didn't join a league until like midway through the season. So usually in ILR the champion doesn't go on to win Australia. So the one who wins Australia never wins the title. But can we see get my words out? Can we see tradition dictating this race? I don't know. We'll just have to find out. As Vivian is second. No one. I think Stewart has gone faster on the soft side, and he's at his best lap.
Yeah.
So
he was
gone
previously
even
10th,
quicker.
I think. He's previously 10th, so that's an improvement of about 2 seconds almost. So yeah, I'm not sure if he had a shaky first lap or a really good second lap. I have a feeling it's the first of the 2 options. Let's go past there. We may as well go on board with him now. Oh, that's a big bit of oversteer. I think I'm quite a bit of off this year. He doesn't want to risk his Williams anymore after that. That was a bit of a moment.
I think his DRS mode is in 0, and he looks like he's running lean fuel. So it looks like he's on his out lap. He's leaving. Or he's in lap.
Oh
I
no,
don't
he
really
was
know.
previously. He did ease off because I went on board with him, and he's the really fast right-hand kink after the first chicane. Turn 5, I think it is. He got off on top of the curb there and just weaved all about the place trying to save the car, but he managed to get it back. So I wouldn't be surprised if he actually goes straight away again, because he hasn't really pushed those super softs too hard yet, and he only did around quarter of a flying lap on them, so this should be all good for another go.
Yeah, they got a few more stints to do it anyway, and he's going for a lap now in the Williams, and if he wants to get a good lap in, he's got to warm. He had to warm his tyres up a little bit more, but it doesn't look like he seems to be. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. He's in hot lap mode 5 at the moment, as he goes. He actually he managed to set the DRS quite quickly actually, but he's taking a bit more length into those corners, so maybe it may not be that fast yet. We'll just have to find out. Actually, forget what I've said. 26.7 is the set one, and he was faster. Well, he's faster than his personal best anyway. so that will put him, I think, ahead of... No, actually, that will still be in 6th at the moment if he improves on his personal best, I believe. So he's got to find some more time. As he goes around those tricky set of corners where a lot of people can get caught out, especially the DRS straight. If you get it wrong, then you're probably going to lose a bit of grip. It is very hard on the ultra soft tyres, so just watch out for the first few laps of the race to see if people don't get caught on it. But as we're approaching the last few corners of the circuit to try and get some speed. It's actually not a bad lap from Joker, actually. Let's see what he can do. Oh, a bit of a slide in the corner. He's hit the wall. I think that's half his front wing gone, isn't it?
Oh, it's just right at the end of the lap as well. Quite a bad corner for catching people out though, although most of the time you see people understeering and hit the wall on the outside. It's quite rare to get caught on that curve, although Australia it is quite bad getting caught on the curve and having very sudden snaps of oversteer. I learned in what I was doing earlier in the McLaren, but yeah, I think just because the nature of the curve, they're low but sort of, I don't know, spiky? Is that the right term? I'm not too sure. But that's how it basically feels, and if you sort of get on them the wrong way, hit the accelerator too hard at some points, you can just go around and hit the wall, and there's not much hope of saving it either.
No.
That's just unlucky for Joker. If he's quick, he can do another lap.
Yeah, if he was 5/10 down in that first, he's actually dropped 2 anyway, so at least he can find some more time. It's nice to see some new drivers as well topping the timing sheets. I remember last season, like you said, Sturgeon and Hamilton were the only people to run their assists, along with I think Jason and AJ, but even then they were past the rest of the field. But I think they're getting challenged. I think they're going to get challenged by the looks of things. But the top 2 are on ultra soft, where everyone else is on the supers now. Well, I Sturgeon and Hamilton going for the alternate strategy because it looks like that they are. They're in the pits at the moment.
If I thought that if the 2 Mercedes drivers went on the ultra softs, they're pretty distant from each other actually. There's around 4 tenths in it, 4.5 tenths. So I think if Steerage went on the ultra soft now, I doubt he's going to. It's down to not the rest of his lap, and then I'll switch back to Mercedes. But if Steerage went, just about what I said earlier, there's about a 5 tenths difference between each tyre compound. Steerage should be right there with Smasher Sam.
Yeah, he should be. He's on the super soft now. Softs is not the best tyre to start on really in terms of grip, but you can go out longer. I've never seen someone that starts on the softs make it work, apart from a few guys who were racing in my tier yesterday, who I think started last and went all the way to 7th, but I think that's the only gains you can get. If you want to win really, you've got to really start on the supers or the ultras. Ultras, by the way, I think they're going to hit around about lap 8, so a few laps, big difference.
I think the thing that you have to watch out with most of softer tyre compounds is there's so much to wear, it's the heat you get through them, because you don't really notice it that much in qualifying because you're not on them for very long, but once you really start to run them hard with a heavier car at the beginning of the race, you'd be surprised how uncontrollable they can get. And personally, I first go on a soft compound for the beginning of the race out of the super soft and soft, but I'm going to look on Steerage for his flying lap now, gets it nice turned in. I see actually force Mercedes front end in quite hard for the first corner, DRS on the exit of 2. Sort of trend for this track is you want to get the front end in the slower corners, and you want the rear end to stay stable for the higher speed corners. Rampage is actually tried right in the way of Steerage there. Lucky he didn't get any punches going through debris, but that you only tend to really see that with sim damage. You only run 4 end leads because no one will see the end. Going up to 7th, probably not going to touch 8 to the, not too difficult, pretty much completely 90-degree right-hander. Just before probably the most exciting corners on the lap, the fast chicane, left-right, probably the corner rolls that you see most people wrapping the race, judging by what I've seen in other leagues. Not to say they will here, I'm just putting a point out there.
Yes.
Breaking down in secondary, small lock-up on the right front, and then similar-ish corner to the one we just went through, just a bit larger radius. Penultimate corner now, left-hander, small lock-up again, got to get as much momentum to run up to the line. on the straight, activates DRS, going to derate a small bit, but it won't matter too much, goes P2. Well, Ultra Softy definitely would be quicker than Smash Sam at that time.
He would definitely be, but I think judging from what other leagues are doing and what he was watching other leagues, he probably would think having a much better chance on the Supers because you can really stretch out a long time. So I think that's what he's doing. I think Hamilton's going for a simple strategy as well.
Dibin is on the softer tyre, but he did beat him again straight away, so Steering is probably going to start on the second row. APS Hamilton is still going for it. I don't actually think he set a valid lap. I think he may have invalidated it. Actually, no, he didn't. I think he had a 1:21.6 before. He's improved to a 20.9. He's still going to try and do a double lapper, which is trickier in this game than it is in the old game, because you've got to worry about ERS mode. And judging by what tyre I'd rather be on at the start, I prefer Supers, mostly because they have a better grip, you can get off the grid easier, and plus you get given an extra set of softs in the race. Anyway, Smash Sam, 19.9, that is a great lap. So, pulling away even further from the competition in the Force India. Hamilton's still going through it, the third to last corner into the penultimate corner. Not any lockups like his teammate, keeps it relatively tidy. Still, the Mercedes guys looking like they're having to force that Mercedes front end in quite a lot. He's going to almost run out of battery by the end of the time he comes across the line. Across the line, he goes second fastest.
That was close. That was close for his ERS. Sam, 119, wow. That's the fastest I've seen this tier in a long time. Steer just going to the pit, so he's no longer improving. Jason, I think, is going to have time for one more lap. But no, he's not being a lap. His DRS is... that Red Bull is stationary and is out so much in the way of other people. So that's probably going to cost anyone doing a lap. I'm just seeing if anyone can go faster.
Oh, Joker.
Oh.
Missed out. Put it lightly, at the penultimate corner. He was getting out of the way for ILR Dibin pulling over. He was trying to let him pass. But I think he distracted him a bit. He pretty much had the inside line going into the penultimate corner and just locked his left front and went straight on. So unlucky for him. Kinney is going to be one of the last across the line through the final corner. Doesn't carry as much momentum as you saw the Mercedes guys doing. Activates the DRS. He's deracing already, so that's not going to be great with lap time. But he goes P5 above ILRT Jason, who also improved. But I think ILRT Jason, that was his only lap of qualifying. But that was a good lap from Kinney as well, and I think that is it for qualifying.
Yep, that is it. Jason's, I think, just went about he's 16 tenths down on his personal best, so Debbie's going to improve on that. So, and Hamilton's not going to improve. Oh, Hamilton's, yeah, 120.3. So, he could have gone way faster on those ultras, I must say. But one of our new guys, Smasher Sam, is on pole. And let me just look at the gaps, actually, between everybody. Pretty much the top 7 are separated by a second. I've never seen that in the old ILR3, stroke ILR4. But the abilities are pretty much similar, so... Well done to Sam. A good chance to make his debut in ILR a success. But he's got a lot of waking up to do, but I think he can just make it on the Ultras. And would you like to take us through the standings?
Sure. So on top we've got Smasher Sam starting on the Ultra Soft tyre. Not what I would want to be starting on. Maybe that's just how he likes to go about things. Anyway, Hamilton's going to be starting next to him in the Mercedes on Super Soft, so we're going to have to look out for that. Smasher Sam probably going to get the better initial start. Hamilton will catch back up to an ILR Bilbin after him. ILRT Steerage on the second row. Kimmy, ILRT Jason, Savage Aqua, SVGE Aqua, and Epics, and then oh, never mind.
So yeah, we didn't almost get that, but we got most of it anyway. We haven't got a full grid tonight. I think we only got 16 drivers, but we don't have any reserves. So no reserves, I think, are in this tier. So we could get anyone to replace the ones that. Yeah, another person that we know is who's racing for this league, I think, is a Leper. He can't make it tonight, but he will be back next week. So he's another familiar face that we know and love. And I'm trying to think who else is missing. I don't know, but I've just got confirmation. Sorry,
go on.
I've just had confirmation from one of the drivers that it is going to be a dry race, obviously, and it is.
Oh, okay.
So no rain expected, unless they're lying, which is good. So I don't know who the predictions is.
Well, on my money, you'll probably be one of the Mercedes drivers just because of the tyre they're starting on. I may as well just run through the rest of the grid now. Under Savage Aqua is what I'm going to call him. We've got Epix, AOI, Edited Fawn, Revolution, AJH, Joker, Rampage, Callum G, Snod, and then Blazer Guns, who wasn't able to set a lap in quali. I'm not sure where he binned it, but he did bin it at some point. I mean, the good omen for this is not seeing many people, if any. I very rarely see that, but if any people get disqualified on the formation lap, that's normally a bad omen. But yeah, hopefully we won't see much of that.
Hopefully not, because I think that's the one important thing in this game is with the formation lap, it warms your tyres a bit more, but if you get disqualified, it makes your tyres colder, and you're going to get a really bad start otherwise. So, one thing
we see going is AJH and Revolution. They're going to have to wait a while because they've just gone to the beginning of Sector 2.
Yes. And I think one thing we are bringing for the whole season, actually, it was being brought when Jack joined me in the commentary box. We've got the Supercharge Award for the whole 10 races, because it is a shortened calendar, due to F1 2019 being really early. Actually, no, it's 11 races, not 10, my bad. I was thinking of another league who's running similar dates. But yeah, we've got 11 races. And basically, if you don't know what the Supercharge Awards is, at the end of lap 2 or lap 3, we could just check how many positions someone has gained, and whoever's gained the most, they get a point. And the one with the most points wins Prix. They don't win anything really, they just win Prix, the Supercharged champion of ILR3. We weren't able to do that last season.
They just get my recognition. That's what they get.
Yeah, your recognition, because he's the one that awards it. And hopefully we get to see other Xbox leagues bring it.
Yeah, so. I think I just made that up. I think it was in Austria last year, just for the hell of it. And it stuck, so...
Just hope we don't forget, please.
Of course, at Australia, the fact that's quite inherently difficult to overtake at. It'd be quite interesting to see who actually gets the award this time around.
Who has gained the most? It does depend on pace, and it also depends on tyres. Revolution could be up there, but his tyres can get cold, so we'll just have to find out. As I think we've got everyone lining up. Yes, they are. So we've got 5 lights ready for the opening round in Australia. And we are underway here at Albert Park, and it is a not bad start from Smash and Stand, but I think Hamilton got the better launches. I think the Mercedes is trying to cover in almost, as he lost a bit of time there. Quite a few positions already gained in this opening lap, where a few people are starting to drop positions, but have they made it through turn 1? Yes, they have, nice and clearly, not much carnage going on. Life is all good, but I might be jinxing it. So and Renault at the back has died, or almost died. That was AJH and Revolution. So yeah, I definitely did my first commentator's curse of the stream there, as he's now down into 15th. But I think everyone's made some dates of good ground, as Edited Fawn and Joker having a little bit of a battle as well. I think we've got one of the Salvers trying to gain position. Is changing. Stewart is now up into P3, and he got past Bibbin, I think, in that first lap. So a strong start from Smasher Sam. Hamilton got the better launch, but Sam was able to pull away ever so slightly and get that edge, and he's 1.3 seconds in front of him now.
Oh, Bibbin went deep. He's let Kimmy and Jason past him. He's not like no was any bit at all. He's overheated them already. Maybe he just hasn't got the temperature yet. I'm not too sure if he's actually lost a bit of his wing. He's going very slowly at the moment. I think he's just being a bit overwhelmed. I mean, he started P3, he's down to P6. Smashes down fastest lap of the race. Well, obviously, he's in P1, he's kept P1. They were Edited Fawn, so that was a bit of a weird gap. Everyone's, what is going on with the gap? We're going to ignore that for a minute. So yeah, I actually saw, I think it was a McLaren and a Renault that went side by side to turn 1. I think it was Kimmy, and I think it was Aqua that went side by side into turn 3. And actually get pushed onto the grass because I think the Renault locked up and went into the side of him. We're seeing all sorts of action go down at the bottom of the field, but I think that's just the pits, as it is the bottom 4 pit. So I think that's just purely pure incident.
Yeah, of what happened the first lap.
Reasonably spaced already.
Yeah, I think everyone is not that close enough to make a move yet. I think potentially the back straight is where we can see a lot of overtaking, judging from experience, and possibly the final few corners as well. But apart from that, you're pretty much going to stay behind them for quite a long time and not hold everybody up. As Bibbin has got past Jason and Epic, Jason's dropped on his way down as he almost made contact with his teammate.
Don't crash into your teammate, Jason.
Close from Jason, you don't want to be doing that, but don't forget Jason, I believe, is still on the pad, so luckily I think Monaco and stuff like Monaco and Singapore and Mexico, those tracks are gone this season, so he's pretty much going to be relieved about that. And the two teammates are going side by side going into turn 1. Can Jason make the move done? Yes, he can. He stays where he is in 7th, and they're still fighting at each other, which is very good to see. And they're giving each other a little bit of a toe, which is nice as well. Jason manages to hold on only just on lap 3 now. So I'm actually going to check something. A minute. I'm looking at the wrong thing. There we go.
I'm looking as well.
Oh, so I think Jack needs to wait one more lap. I think because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people that have most likely to get a supercharged wall. We've got Joker, Rampage, Callum, and Snod for Bodson 19. What a game tag.
He used to be Luke Norton, and he's a bit more.
I don't know what to do with that.
But, well, I think the next person to make a move and go up to 4 is going to get it.
Yeah, pretty much. Callum was almost close to making a move. Oh, as he's gone, he lost it a little bit there.
I think the person who's most likely to do that now at the moment is Snod, because look how close he is to Callum G.
Yeah, Callum G actually losing it a little bit there in the back straight earlier on, so that's probably costing him a little bit of time. We're already seeing a very good fast laps already at this stage of the Grand Prix. That is just how far they're pushing. They don't want to push too much though. DRS is now enabled, so I don't think he's going to do it. He's going to have a little bit of slipstream from Callum, but he can't quite do it on this occasion. Lasergun's gained 2 positions, so he had a good start. So he started from last. Evans gained 2. Kimmy and Stuart gained 1.
Oh, Callum G didn't get a great turn 2. Oh, they've hit contact.
Bit of contact, I think, both of them, I think.
Getting big amounts of oversteer at the moment. Again, people are not really liking the tyres that they're on at the moment. I think they're just either too cool or too hot. It's just, they can't really seem to get them in the window at the moment. Not almost getting the supercharger award there, because he has to keep that position until the end of the lap for it to count. But
yeah,
he is going to be making that move soon, from what I'm seeing.
Yes, he is. And Callum, he's got to try and defend for his life at the moment, and to make sure he can gain a position. I think he's 4 seconds down Rampage. I don't think he's going to gain another place, but we've got editing fall on his teammate again, so potentially he can make a move as well. It's not on low ERS at the moment, but I think that's what you're meant to do until you get that overtake done. But so life is all the Sauber. Yeah, it is a Sauber driver. It's quite hard to tell from the livery sometimes because some of it doesn't look like it's a Williams, but it is not. So
inside line goes to Fawn for the next turn, but Jason goes back on the outside and does a reversal on over to Fawn. Great driving, she's Red Bull driver. Jason gets a bit of a twitch on him coming out through turn 5 into turn 6. Edited Fall's got the inside line, but arguably the worst line for that corner, just because of the momentum he's got to take around it. But Jason is not really liking his car that much at the moment. He's not being able to pull away from his teammate. At the same time, his teammate not really being able to make his move stick. So Snod's still behind Callum G. I think this supercharged wars is probably going to go to Snod. Just judging by the amount of water going on with Callum's connection. Right, I'm going to ignore that for a minute.
Callum is lagging Yeah, Callum is lagging
Just a
for
bit.
me. And he's saying, oh, wow. Yeah, his connection is quite bad. So if he carries on like that, he'll probably have to retire because you can't get connections like that. But as I think edited, oh, that was almost a bit of contact again with the two Red Bulls. Oh, it looks like Jason and Edited Fawn are going to go out there again as they're going through turn one. This could be Edited Fawn's next chance, but not quite yet.
Yeah.
Maybe on the next bit.
Nah, I don't think so. Look at his ERS. He's left it in 5 and he's not taken it out. You can't really recharge ERS until you put it in 1 or 2 at least, but he's just sort of flicking it between 3 and 5 at the moment. And he gives himself a time penalty in the process, so he's not helping his case here. If he keeps going like this, I can't see him passing Jason and making it stick. Nod is still right behind Callum G. So we'll look on board with this. He actually lifts off. I don't see a move into turn 6. Through turn 7 and turn 8, Callum G with a big slide through turn 6. Through turn 8 now, the long right-hander, no lifting here into turn 9, which is 90-degree right-hander. Callum G lots of brakes again. These softs aren't treating McLaren very well at all. It's just sort of, if I was Snod, I treat that McLaren like the back end of a donkey at the moment, because 1, Callum G's getting all that oversteer, and 2, he's getting all those connection issues at the same time. So
looks like he's swerving by looks of things.
Yeah, but now I think most of that is lag, because on his screen, I don't think he is. To be honest, Callum G goes through the gravel a little bit.
I think Snod is trying to get a move, but he just can't because he's worried he's going to crash into Callum and have desync. He's still going to get DRS anyway. We've never been in a situation where multiple people are in for supercharged awards, so...
Yellow sector 3. Oh, the AJH is spun on the...
Oh, Evolution, and no, it was AJH, yeah, it was AJH. Oh, and Callum's out.
Callum G's out, so...
Basically, Snod has got to stay there one more lap in order for the supercharged
we're
award to
looking for
count.
another place at the same time. Rampage, so now we've got 2 people up 4.
Oh.
So we still can't call who's going to get this award, but Snod's now creeping off on Joker, but Joker did just pit, so...
If it gets through halfway through this race and we've still got... If it gets before people pit in, and if they're still on 4, then we can just give both of them it.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Just from what I'm seeing, I think we don't have to give a joint award to just the 2 Sauber drivers at the moment, because it's quite hard to call.
But I think Snod is I think catching up to Joker, I believe, in the Williams. As nice defending from Joker, actually keeping to the left-hand side of the curb. And a very dry track, actually. No, I don't think so, yeah, but at least he had more of a chance of getting in, so he'll have less connection issues. But I think Callum must retire due to his connection issues, otherwise he would have struggled a little bit there. But Snod, he's got the toe, but not quite making the move stick yet. He's having a little bit of a gamble there, as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, because I think a lot of people are going on the Ultra Soft next. Yeah, the Supercharged was going to go jointly to...
That was very close. He almost went straight, locked up both his fronts and went straight into the back of Joker. I think there must have been about 3 inches in between the 2 cars. That was so close. Sorry, carry on.
Wow. Yeah, so I think, because obviously we've got probably the, Sam is going to pick next lap, I believe. So, the joint of the Supercharged Award this week is Snod and Rampage, 2 Sauber drivers. So, they each get... How many points are we going to give them if they win the Supercharged Award? Do you know? We haven't discussed this yet.
I'm looking at an award. I'm not going to call it any points yet for it because I haven't talked about it over the course.
Just 1 point.
But we'll just say it's an award and leave it at that. We won't award any points yet. If of course there's even more points, we can. But yeah, just leave it at that for a minute.
Yeah, so well done to both of them. The first award of the season. That is pretty good going, and they're running quite well actually, those 2, so maybe double points for Sauber. Not going to say anything more, so I end up jinxing people again. Yeah. And meanwhile, Hamilton, 8 tenths behind Smasher Sam. and he's on different tyres. So, and this smashes Sam's tyres starting to die a little bit because it looks like Hamilton and Steerage are gaining up on him quite a lot.
I'm surprised he's at yellow sector 3. AJH has gone again.
I think that is, yeah, that's the back DRS straight you almost got caught in.
Sam's going to come through in a second.
And the first person to get lapped as well, AJH.
We've had two big moments
going to go to the pit. A few moments already, as I think, yep.
I'm surprised as well Smash Sam's actually gone this long on Ultras. I think he will pit this lap because AGS Hamilton's all over the back of the Force India at the moment. So he's going to see that definite drop off in pace when he does pit. So he'll probably go on to the softs now and then hopefully go to the end of the race. It's the slow process of going on softs instead of ultra softs. You've got more of a sort of concrete strategy. You don't really need to take any deviations and you don't really have any risk of wearing it down too much and spinning. Or LR Blazer Guns is now also now to get out of the way of now the leading Mercs of Hamilton and Steerage.
To be honest, yesterday I could have gone the Supers for I think a few more laps, but I think Jeff told me to pit now and it would have been annoying if I went against Jeff's wishes. So if I pushed pretty much lap 14, I could have gone, but you know, maybe these two can go on for long as well. It just depends on if they manage their tyres. They probably haven't binned it in the wall like I have. But anyway, I'm seeing who else is up for another battle. The T-Salvos are getting close to each other now. So, and Sam just put, Rampage is right behind Sam. So
yeah, he's not going to sit with Sam for long though, I don't think.
No, Sam's on new softs, whereas Rampage's supers all start to die soon. So, and yeah, Sam is already pulling away. So, but it is too early for the supers to pit yet. So, looks like he's doing all right there on those supers. He doesn't seem to be struggling right now. Looking at the leader gap actually right now between Sam and Steerage, 21 seconds. Oh, Hamilton's pitting. That's
early for
laps
Supers.
earlier than I thought. And Blazer
Yellow
comes
sector
out.
3, Blazers.
But it said in the game the pit window for the Sup to go on the soft is lap 12 to 18.
So he's gone a lap
That's
early.
definitely not laps 12 to 18.
Yeah, I think he may be. I'm not sure he's just helping his teammate out just by opening the pit box up for him and just sort of. Yeah,
Sam
I think
ahead
that's more
of
of a team
Hamilton.
call than.
Yeah, I think so because team orders it at its back.
So now the two on the same compound. I wonder how that pace is going to reflect that, or if Hamilton's actually going to start catching up to Smasher Sam. But yeah, from what I snod, I think if we were to call it now, Rampage slowed down. Rampage stopped. Not too sure what's going on with him. Was he being lapped? I don't think he was being lapped. Not too sure what's happened there. But I think if we're going to call it now, Snod would get the supercharged force. I think we're just going to give it to Snod. Not too sure where Gibson's gone, so I'm just going to try and carry on as we are. So ILR3 is yet to pit. I think it's pitting now. Yeah, as you see the Mercedes. Wow, that was quite brisk from the Mercedes crew. But we see the Renault of Kimi going past, and that might hold him a little bit. It does. So I would have thought.
Yeah, sorry about that. My controller died.
Oh, okay. The Mercedes and the Force India should get past Steerage. Steerage is actually not behind anyone. I think they are going to get past. Yeah, they are, both of them. Although it is quite close between the two Mercedes guys. Steerage is actually going to come out ahead of Hamilton. I didn't think that was going to be the case.
So he's made the overcut then.
Yeah,
that's probably what meant to happen.
So you can see there is quite a bit more. There was more life in the super softs than these two may have believed. That Sam is now quite far away up the road. He's now 4 seconds ahead of Steerage now. The Steerage is going to have to do some work to catch back up to him, unless Epix is going to go longer and hold Smasher Sam up. I think that's one of the only ways I can see. Although Epix has just gone very wide. Oh, he's actually lost a lot of the front wing, I think. Yes, he has. He has lost quite a bit of front weight.
He has to pit soon. He's got the green pit thing showing up on my screen at least anyway, saying come to the pits now.
Yeah, the green spanner goes up in the bottom right-hand corner when you're in your pit window. So losing his front wing, I don't think it'll cost him around 15 seconds, I would have thought, if taken into account the contact that he's probably had and the wing change. So not great for ethics, but at least it happened when his pit window was there. Is he going to get out of the way from the Mercedes? He's not going to make life easy for them. They do get past him.
He's in the pits anyway.
Taking as much momentum through the last corner as he can. Hamilton's going to get DRS on him. I wouldn't have thought he would have had a go. No, he does lift off pit.
I think Steerage and Hamilton are giving each other a little bit of a toe by the looks of things. Both of them to gain some speed. And let me just get the interval gaps up now so I can see if there's any more battles. Kimi is right on the back of that Sauber there. I think if he's going to make the move, I think he's going to make it now because Snod is on 12 lap use softs and Kimi's just pitted, so it won't be a surprise if he does make the move.
Don't forget, Snod hasn't stopped yet either, so I would have thought this would have been a fairly comprehensive move for the Renault. Who was ILR Bibbin right next to him as well. I would have thought if that Renault makes a move, Bibbin's going to try and capitalise off that as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Sauber has two positions in a second. But there's not really too much he can do because he's been on those softs since the start of the race. I wouldn't have thought his pit window would have been for another 2 laps at least. There we go, gets DRS into the start of Sector 3, locks up a bit, but that won't be any matter. He's not going to get the switch back. Well, it'd be pretty stupid to overtake into that corner anyway. Luckily, not many drivers on this grid, if any, are stupid.
Yeah, that was an easy move done from Kimi, and he's got some good ground, I think, on newer tyres. Still, he's the fastest lap of the race.
So he would have caught up a bit on that lap. Oh, I'm not too sure what's happened there, but Bibbin is past Snod. They both went onto the grass and gravel there on my screen. I'm lucky that wasn't actually what happened, but it just showed a Renault in there in the background. I think that's AJH.
I'm surprised he's still going, but he's not giving up, which is good to see. So obviously you want reliability high as possible. Yeah,
I think AJH's mentality is, if there's a big smack up and there's only 10 runners left, I'm still going to be able to get a point. So it's not a bad mentality to have. This sport's sort of ethic is just don't give up. I mean, we saw what Jenson Button did in 2011. I mean, he was last, almost lapped, still came back and won the race. So, but that was just because of scenes everywhere. We haven't seen many scenes in this race, but it's just been consistency from the big majority of drivers.
To be honest, that's a good mentality to have, and Canada 2011 is, to this day, my favourite race in Formula 1 due to the fact that Jenson Button, I've been pitted around about 6 times, and he still came out on top, which is pretty decent. And I think I know Hamilton forgave him for crashing into him, and he was cheering for him when he won. So obviously it's a team effort, but good mentality to have for AJH in any form of league racing, because you never know what might happen. As Smash Sam's already put on the way. He's having a very good race so far. We're not even halfway yet, and Aqua, I believe, is the last of the Supersoft runners to go and make their pit stop. Yep, he was in his pit window anyway. Yep, it looks like they got soft rain for him.
Halfway through the race.
Yep, and yeah, we are halfway through the race now. Only just.
Although Steerage is catching Smasher Sam, well, very slowly, but he is catching him. That gap isn't that big anyway. So wouldn't be surprised if those two are right next to each other, if not swapped positions by the end. Smasher Sam is going to come under increasing pressure, and of course, just by the nature of this sport, that means you make a lot more mistakes.
Yeah, so it's annoying that we can't see what their last lap is, because usually it gives a clear indication of who's gained a lot of temps that lap. But I've got the lap data on me anyway, so I can see from the lap time what sort of pace they are on. Yeah,
almost
Steerage.
7 tenths, so he's on it at the moment. He is catching Smasher Sam at a rate of knots. Let's start
Wow,
the process. That just shows his pace. Hamilton, it's actually probably a good thing that he did come out ahead of Hamilton, because Hamilton's already fallen back from him around about 2 seconds, so he's definitely pushing that Mercedes to the ragged edge to try and catch up to the back of that Force India. And also, I think these guys definitely have a shout of the constructors in ILR3 this time around, because they were 1-2 in ILR3 by country mile in last season. So yeah, it's a
and they won the
possibility.
constructors.
Yeah, Epic
as well.
Now trading out the fastest lap from steerage.
That's not bad from Epic. He's ninth for the moment, and him and Willie and Joe could get double points for ILR, which on their first races, which I think is a good thing in itself. If you score points in your first ever ILR race, then think yourself really be proud of yourself, because obviously you have a full grid pretty much for most of the season, and obviously not all 20 drivers can get points in every race. So if you get points to the first round, you're probably going to have a lot of confidence going into the last 10 rounds. So those two are looking in a very good position right now, as Joker's already gaining up to his teammate.
Yeah, so that front wing damage has not damaged Epic's confidence at all, has it? Steerage is now within 3 seconds of Smash Sam. He gained around another 4/10 on that lap, so he's definitely trying to catch that Force India in front. They've both got around the same amount of battery. They're both sort of saving it a little bit in the first sector, because they know they probably aren't at their quickest there. Edited 4 now fastest lap. We're seeing quite a bit of track evolution in terms of who gets fastest lap. Not too much difference there. I think both drivers are sort of taking it a bit easier at the moment for one last big push at the end. Although if I was steerage now, knowing what Smash Sam's doing in front, if you've lifted off and you're still staying the same distance to the car in front, then you know the other person's lifted off as well. So why not give it some and push and hopefully catch up a bit more. Also, another thing I've just noticed, Hamilton and Kimi are right next to each other.
Whoa. Yeah, the other person having a good race actually is Kimi. He made a lot of overtakes already this race, and he could be on course for a podium maybe if Hamilton makes a mistake. He's gained 1 position, but that is probably all you need. He's had a good qualifying. That was a little bit of a lock up from Kimi, not a lot though. And he's going to get DRS. Hopefully he's going to whack up the ERS to 4 or 5. Well, he's on 3 at the moment, so that is what you want to be. He's got enough to, I think, bump up even higher, but he decided to stick it this time around and possibly have a go in the next couple of corners or so. But Kimi is on a charge. He knows Hamilton's done really well last season, and that's not phasing him, to be honest. And that is what I'm liking from these drivers. They're seeing the likes of Hamilton and Steerage in this league, but they're doing quite well.
Small bit of oversteer from Kimi. Kept it together. He's going to have to keep a cool head. I think the first and second DRS zones, you don't see many overtakes into turn 1. So that can hold the fastest lap. Again, track evolution, you see. Don't talk complete rubbish all the time. Maybe I do. Gives yourself a penalty straight afterwards. But yeah, as I was going back to the DRS zone, the first one sort of sets the move up, and the second one is actually what lets you commit. Kimi goes for a dive. That was a bit too far back, no contact made. Fall back into around 3/10 now. I wouldn't have thought you would have gone for a dive there. I think it's just more confidence on the brakes from the Renault at the moment. Everywhere else is sort of even. Yellow flags again. Forgot that was 4.
That is... I don't know. It's a game telling me that there's a yellow flag, but there isn't.
Sometimes this game just sort of pokes out yellow flags, competition, and then brings it back in again. And no one's changed positions, so if it was for something, it was for something just not even worth putting a yellow flag out for.
Or just someone slowing down at a corner.
It's again.
Like now. Oh no, it's actually Revolution this time. Spinning in the most common corner to spin it, in the back DRS straight. He's dropped 3 positions. He's not having a good race, is he? He is around about a minute behind Sam, the leader, and he's going to probably get close to getting lapped if he's not careful and if he makes any mistakes. And that's not going to do his tyres any good.
So, Renault of Hamilton, the Renault of Kimi getting DRS again. He's going to try and look for that inside line. There was almost no room there as well. He made a gap from the Mercedes. This is a Mercedes all over the grass. I don't think Hamilton will have the best words to say about that. But fair dues from Kimi. He forced that gap. He made that gap when he really didn't look like there was one. But Hamilton had to just sort of concede, and Kimi was going to force that Renault down that inside. It was the last thing he did. He was determined to make that move done on that lap. Hamilton now around 1.5 behind the Renault. That was a great move from the Renault, even if he did push him off.
Yeah, one of the best moves I think so far this race, but I don't think Hamilton will be challenging that. I don't think it was pretty much racing incident, I think. So Kimi doesn't have any penalties as well, so this is shaping up to be very good for Kimi's hands anyway. But it's not over for the battle for the win, because Steerage is still gaining on Sam. Not quite much that we were expecting. Actually, no, he's not at the moment, but he was a lap ago. So I can't call who's going to get this at the moment, but we are seeing the gaps at the moment, Jack. I think it's not getting close enough at the moment. I think the closest one we're going to see is still going to be between Hamilton and Kimi. Would I think possibly? Yeah. I think Kimi. Oh, is Hamilton went a bit.
Oh, safety car.
Safety car. AJ is out, and I didn't see what caused that.
Although huge disadvantage now with third and fourth pit, which they don't. I'm surprised at that. If I was, what could people getting speeding under safety car? That's not great.
No, it's not. I'm
Um,
trying to see where the damage is. I can't seem to see it.
I'm not too sure where he binned it, but I know it's for AJH. But because of last lap sprints, they're so effective on this game. I would have, even if I was 10 out another couple of positions behind, I would have pitted them just for the hell of it. ILRT Jason and Edited Fawn, his teammate, are now going to be both big advantages. Those ultras will almost certainly last to the end. Nod doesn't really.
And Epic and Joker. And Aqua too. So I wonder how that is to play out.
Top 5 staying out and doing what they want to do. They're going to not want to pit now because they're bunched up behind the safety car. The rest of the pack is going to be catching up to them. They've got a gap of around 23 seconds, which is probably around what the gap for pitting is. And that's going to come down dramatically, almost to nothing by the end of the lap. So if they want to pit, they're going to lose a lot of positions, but they may as well want to do it. They should have done it last lap, but...
Yeah, I was watching a video on YouTube where they were talking about the fact how a pit stop under the safety car is pretty much a blessing, and I found that interesting actually. I may link it up on Twitter after the race and for you to have a look at, what you guys have a look at, because it does depend on how long the safety car goes on for, but I think it only works if you don't have the safety car right in front of you. But if you don't have the safety car in front of you, this will play to your advantage quite a lot. But yeah. What a really bad race for AJH. I mean, he's had a damage, he was trying not to give up. Someone in the chat saying the top guy should pit. Well, if they pit now, that's going to lose them a hell of a lot of time. Yeah. You've got Snod, Jason and Edited Fawn on the
now, expect to go down to around P11, P12, probably.
Yeah. Track position is, yeah. You got to figure track position. I think that's what these guys are doing. But I'm sure some of these guys have practiced these sort of scenarios and know what they're going to be doing. But obviously, who would have predicted the safety car? I swear, I think in the first ILR3 race we commentated on in Australia, we had the safety car as well in the wet. So very interesting there.
So Snod is the guy I'm going to be looking at now, because he is on younger and fresher tyres than all of those in front of him, and he's already up 9, so I think we may have a driver of the day candidate here.
yes, Snod is doing ever so well. He's going to possibly also try and aim for past Zappa as well, possibly the 2 Williams or the 2 Red Bulls. That's going to be very well on the constructors. I agree with that.
So I would have thought expect a few moves, particularly from the 2 Red Bulls, from Williams of Ethics and Sauber of Snod. Who else keep an eye on? This is going to be a good restart. I think the safety car is in this lap maybe. If not, it'll be definitely the lap after.
Yeah, I do remember, I think one race.
I don't think it is
Was
this
it?
race.
Yeah,
now.
it was at Bahrain where it finished on the safety car, but it's not going to happen here. It depends how long it takes to clear the debris of AJH's car, which I'm still not sure where it is.
Yeah, I'm not too sure where he binned it. He didn't even tell us what sector. It just came up with yellow straight away.
And then he was like, boom. No, the first thing I saw was the safety car, then I saw AJH retire. As Epix is... Wait. Epix in the pits again. He must have had a bit of damage.
I know, it's quite common in this game. He's not... I've done it before, so I'm not saying it's an easy mistake to make.
No,
but
wait.
he's hit somebody on the safety car, maybe. Or is he serving a drive-through?
Oh, you know, yeah, I did see his... Well, basically the first time he pitted, he didn't get his drive-through. And I think he must have, whilst he was pitting, he sped out of the pit lane, which I think that's what happened, and then he had to pit again. So yeah, I think he's been forced on some ultras now. So, what could have been double points for Williams is not meant to be, I think, at the moment.
If you have a proper drive-through, not a stop though, if you have a drive-through, if you don't serve it, you get disqualified. So if you're going to serve it, you can serve it now, rather than under racing speed. For the racing speed, if you serve a drive-through under racing speed, you're just going to be in 13th. At least now, he's going to be...
Actually, it must have been a stop go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a stop go.
Oh, was it
he
stop
stopped. Yeah, because I was looking at Epix because he was dropping down on the field, and I think he was stuck there for 5 seconds. So yeah, it was.
Because if you have a drive-through, if you don't serve that, you get disqualified. But stop go, for some reason, that just adds 5 seconds onto to your time at the end.
I thought it was the other way
will
around.
be in this lap. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I just had a message pop up saying safety car in this lap. So it will be up to Sam to see if he can get the launch he needs. He did it last time, but he had Hamilton behind him. This time he's got steerage.
So the ones to look out for here are probably steerage and Snod, because steerage we've seen has been gaining quite a lot on the Force India the last few laps. So he reduced around 5 second gap to around a 1.5 second gap. And we saw Kimi and Hamilton battling a lot earlier. Masha is going to need all that drive he can get out of that last corner. He actually gets quite a bit of understeer coming out there. He has to get it back. DRS disabled, that's what we want to see. Snod gets a big moment.
He drops down to 8th.
Snod got a massive bit of oversteer coming through the last turn. Kimi gets a 3-second time penalty immediately. So Snod moves down to P9. That's not what he wanted. 2 Red Bulls battling out as well. He's going to try and go down the inside of the Williams. The Williams goes to the inside, blocks him out. The McLaren dives down the inside of the Sauber now. This is not what Snod...
the
2 Red Bulls have hit each other.
It was Jason. Yeah, Jason, Vaughan and Joker both collided. Oh, no. Jack, I think he commentated cursed on Snod. And I must have commentated cursed on the Williams. So we both had our fair shares as Joker is struggling to get out of the track, but he gets back in it. But that's not going to get his ultra soft tyres a lot of good, is it? His tyres must be hot.
But I actually feel he's actually dropped back a bit from Smasher Sam. I think Smasher Sam got a really good restart. He actually runs to the grass a bit there as well. Kimi's actually catching more up to steerage now rather than Hamilton and Kimi. So it's Kimi actually the potential of P2 here as well. Big mistakes from Joker, Jason and Edited Fawn. I'm not too sure what happened there. But I saw they were going side by side down into turn 3. Yellow's in sector 3 now as well. I'm not too sure what that's for. I think that's for Savage Aqua. He was ahead of Snod. Snod got back. Oh, Bibbins. I didn't realise Toro Rosso was gone. Rampage just went to the inside of Snod. Snod's back up to P5. Aqua's have retired in the session.
Aqua binned in the pit lane. I think that's what happened with him. But interestingly enough, Revolution, who was having a really bad race, is up into P8. Like Jack said, you don't give up on these kind of races, and that's where you end up. He's doing, well, he's not kind of doing a Jensen Button, but looks like he is, as he's gained quite a few positions from where he was at the bottom. Oh, Joker's out as well.
So quite a few DNFs from what we're seeing. Even though I highlighted Jason and Enter4 crashed there, they're still in P9 and P10, so they're still both in the points. If one more person retires, everyone who finishes will get the points that they need or have wanted. So we've got 5 retirements.
For people, the likes of Epic, Snods, the ones that I haven't seen in ILR before, and if they get points in their first race, that will be a huge confidence boost as Jason gets another penalty.
So the top 4 is sort of a world of their own, because Snod didn't get the best restart. And everyone who overtook Snod sort of had it paid back on them, because in turn they all then DNF'd, from what I saw. But Snod's actually starting to pull away from his teammate. Revolution's overtaken Epic, so he's really making the best. I think Epic's has actually had a bit of a moment. He's just dropped 2 places. Epic's is pitted.
And he's in the pits.
Right wing damage, I would have thought.
So, I swear, I'm not the best at jinxing, am I? Seriously. But he's still in the points. Not going to say anything more. Please stay there. Anyway, actually, we're not allowed to show bias in this league, so yeah, not going to say anything more about that. So Sam is quite looking good for the win, but Steer's on newer tyres, so he's going to probably find some more grip. We'll just have to find out. I'm actually going to check penalties actually, because I know Kimi's got one, but I need to check if Hamilton's got one. Let me just see. Hamilton's on 1 warning, and yeah, Kimi has 2 penalties. Steerage, 2 warnings. Sam, I don't think he has. I think Sam's one of the cleanest drivers out there. He's got no warnings at all.
Wow. Okay, so fair enough. So Steerage is going to have to, even though he's playing a catch-up game, he's going to have to be more careful than Sam. Because Sam, credit where it's due, not a single penalty around the land of Oz. That's an achievement.
To be honest, they safely said I didn't get any penalties in the race either yesterday.
I'm just really bad.
I don't think I've got any warnings either, which I was pretty chuffed. But I was running line, so I think it must have been difficult for actually, a few people will probably running line here anyway. Most people will. So
I won't say anything about my 4 penalties last time I went round Oz. But anyway, back to this. Steerage
Enough
is
said.
sort of keeping that second gap. He's got 2.5 laps to go, now going through turns 11 and 12, I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying. Actually, DRS, there's 3 DRS turns around Oz now. That was my wrist. So he's not, I don't think he's going to, it's sort of been neutralised the gap. I would have thought the ones behind him would have really made a difference, but they sort of got over-eager, didn't they? I think Kimi and Hamilton have got that quite a bit. Because 3 of the ones I said to look out for crashed into each other, so it's not a jinx at all. Snon's actually one who I sort of half-jinxed, is still there. He's actually catching them, nowhere near the rate he needs to make any difference. But he is up away from his teammates, so I would have thought it would have been a P5 for Snod now, up 10. So, great effort from him. Kimi and the Renault.
And a good debut as well in his tier.
Epic, his fastest lap now. He had it before, he's just improved on that. Actually, no, I think this is actually a fastest lap battle between Jason and Epic at the moment. I've seen their names pop up quite a few times in the bottom left.
They are catching up to what most people have done in qualifying, the 122s. So that'll be pretty impressive if someone gets into 122s in the next 2 laps, but that's highly going to happen. And I think speaking of the safety car, that probably allowed the people to unlap themselves as well. But obviously they retired, so that probably didn't happen. But anyway,
online and, well, career mode as well, can be quite dodgy with that. The safety car will let you unlap yourself. If you are lapped and you're first behind the safety car will allow you to go past. But if you're behind the other drivers and you're still lapped, the game won't allow you to. It's really weird in that sense. I'm not too sure why that's the case. You can, I mean, Codemaster's not that difficult to make that thing. Steerage is looking at Smash the Sam. He's way too far back to it now. He's got much more of a chance going into turn 3 now. He's got DRS open. He's not going to shift up to 8. That's the quickest way through the corner. He's not got any ERS left. The fuel light is flashing. He locks up. He's going to have to go around the outside of turn 4 if he wants to make it stick. Smash the Sam blocks him off then. Good up 30, going
great
through
defending from Sam.
Right-hander of turn 5. Kimmy gives himself another penalty. If Steerage keeps it this close to him, especially through the fast chicanes of 11 and 12, in that last DRS zone, he will definitely have at least half a chance. We're probably going to have a last gasp. Pass, he doesn't get the greatest drive out of turn, let me think, 8, I want to say. No, 9, that's the... So I don't think he's going to get it. He's sort of dropped back to around 7 tenths. He's not going to gain that in this DRS zone. I think his rear just sort of cooled off a bit and he's got no ERS left, pretty much. So I would have thought Smash Sam would come home with a win unless I'm a mega jinx and he screws it up in the last double corner. The yellow, sector 2, I'm not too sure what that's for. No one lost any position, so it's nothing major. The Smash Sam comes around the final corner completely clean. Great defending throughout, through a force India. He takes the Australian Grand Prix over Steerage and then over Hamilton. I think will get P3 after Kimmy's penalties. Bibbin gives himself another penalty on the last lap, unfortunately for him. Snod comes home in P4. Good for him. So
Good result.
Quite a few penalties. Revolution gets P6. Great comeback from him as well.
Yes, definitely. I think the safety car.
Oh yeah, never mind.
I think the safety car definitely helped Revolution because he was able to pit. Some of the guys were still on soft and super soft still, and he was able to gain a lot of the field there. So he was running at the bottom and involved in so many collisions. But now he must be happy with P6 after what happened. But to be honest, driver of the days. Definitely got to be between our race winner Sam and also Snod as well for a good. He got the joint Supercharged award and he managed to get 10 places overall at the end of this race. So, well, 11 due to Kimmy's penalties. So, what a good race it has been for ILR3. A lot of action, a lot of battles, a lot of strategic moves made by some drivers. If this race is going to be like this season, I can't wait.
That was good, particularly after the safety car. I mean, I think people were a bit overexcited at the safety car and just sort of didn't take into account that they were racing other people. Anyway, top 4, none of those got any penalties, so the order goes like this. Smash Sam, ILRT, Steerage and APS Hamilton are the podium finishers. Great job by them. Don't ask why Hamilton's got the North Korean flag. I don't know either. Snod in P4, then Kimmy P5, he finished in P3, but because of penalties he finished where he started. Then Revolution, Rampage, ILRT, Jason, Epics, AOR edited Fawn, those 3 hit each other, unfortunately for them. After safety car I think they got a bit overexcited, and then the rest I'm not going to try and read them out because it's going to run out of time.
And it just did.
Yep.
So I think we're going to try and get, I think we usually do this, we get the top 3, I'm literally going to try and add them, but it's not letting me for some reason.
Yeah, I'll do it.
So, just give us a second whilst we add those 3.
You good doing the interviews? Because from history we see
that's
I
fine.
monumentally bottle them completely.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought you were going to say that anyway, so...
Let me have a look. Just trying to find everyone. Give us a minute.
think we're just trying to get some people in the stream. Let us know in the chat who you think is your driver of the day. I think that's everyone.
We got everybody?
We've got Sam, we've got Steerage,
Yeah,
and we've
we got
got
everyone.
Hamilton. Okay, so let's start off with our race winner. Pretty much perfect from start to finish, and great defending from you, Sam. Well done on your win. Were you expecting that win on your debut to the ILR3 tier?
Well, I was going into it with a lot of confidence because I feel like Australia is one of my favourite tracks. But I knew stage would be close. I knew the two Mercedes would be close. But then in qualifying, my PB were like a low 19, and I wanted to try and get that, but at least below a 19.5. But not the greatest of laps. And then in the first stint, I was just focused on keeping it over 1 second and just keeping the tyres in the right window. On the last lap before I came in, started to pressure me, but I knew I was coming in, so I was pushing that lap. But then in the second stint, I was just controlling it after I had that 4 second gap because I believe I got held up in the pits. But then as soon as the safety car came out, I thought I didn't think I was going to win it. I'll admit I didn't think I was going to win it. But then when the safety car came in, I nearly dropped it through turn 2, but I managed to hold it. Managed to keep a 7/10 gap to steerage, and that managed to get me to the line.
What was the hardest bit of the race for you? Because obviously due to that safety car, you had Steerage and Hamilton and Kimi nipping at your heels. Did you know you were going to get a good start on the safety car, or was it your focus of just bringing the car home?
Yeah, I would have taken second anyway, but I saw that Steerage did have two warnings, so hoping that he might get a third. But even if he went for the move, and it was the final lap, so I defended, but if it were getting a bit too crazy, then I would have let him through, because it's better going out of it with 18 points than 0. But I managed to come out with
Yes, definitely. So you got the double, you got the pole, you got the win. I don't know who got fastest lap, but it's probably the guys on the ultras. But anyway, next race, I think it is China. I believe it's not Bahrain. It is China. How are you feeling about that? How are you going? Are you going to pick up your momentum, or are you just going to take it as it comes?
Obviously, I'll try my best, but it's not my greatest track. But I'll look forward to having another good battle with the two Mercedes and the Renault.
Yes, and well done to you. And second place there goes to our champion from last season, Steerage, or George as I know him. Great result from you, and getting your title defence off to a good start. Was that what you were hoping for?
Firstly, is my mic okay? Because sometimes it plays up.
Yep, it's fine for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so good start. Second's obviously not the best result. Obviously first is, but Sam did a good job. I mean, we tried different strategies. Obviously, me and Hamilton on the supers. Sam and I think Bibin in third were on ultras. So it made it a little bit difficult. I was hoping their tyres would go off. I think Bibbins did, but Sam did really well to control his tyres. I was quite surprised at how long he stayed out. So firstly, congrats to him on the win, because he deserved it. I got held in the pits, which may have made it closer, but yeah, it wasn't to be. Just couldn't get the move done on the last lap. I tried something, but yeah, it was difficult. And congrats to my teammate as well. Good start for us, 2 and 3. So we'll take that and go to China now.
Yep, and that means I think you're leading the constructors as well. Unless if the four seniors are in. Yeah, I think you are leading the constructors. So good result for that. So second place today. Does that mean you want challenging for the win in China? How is China looking for you?
Yeah, I'm glad it's China and not Bahrain, because Bahrain is my worst track. So I need to fight for the win again in China. I mean, the pace today was really good. I felt like I had the pace to win. I feel we were close. The top 4 were close on pace. I felt on the softs maybe I was just a little bit quicker than the first stint, and I felt like I could have challenged. But it's so hard to follow and overtake around here. But like I said, Sam did a good job. He defended well, and So he deserved the win. So I'm not going to say that I should have won, because he did, and that's congrats to him. But yeah, China should be good. A bit more easy to overtake. So we'll be practicing, and hopefully, from a constructor's point of view, we can move forward again.
And looks like you had a lot of fun out there, because you were getting so close to Sam at one point. So hope to see some more battles in the near future. And finally, P3 doing a double for Mercedes and APS Hamilton. That well done on your podium once again. Not quite enough to catch you the top two, but you were, because due to the penalties, Kimi obviously dropped down a bit. How are you coping towards the end, knowing that Kimi had that penalty? Were you confident you're going to get a podium, or?
Yeah, I sort of knew it was inevitable because I was staying within the 3 seconds, especially with the safety car that came out. That was like a blessing for me. I mean, it hampered Steerage's chance to win, but it helps us as a team. But then as soon as I looked for Kimi's penalties again after the safety car, and he had 6 seconds, so I basically knew that I was getting a podium. And say it's my worst track, I'll take P3 any day.
I literally didn't know it was your worst track, because you seem to be making some great battles out there, just like Steerage there. How were your tyres at that race? Because I think you pitted before Steerage did. Was it your plan all along?
Well, we went through in practice like some different strategies and whatnot. We were constantly communicating throughout the stints that we had, and I was massively surprised for how long Sam stayed out on his ultras, because my supers were basically dead at the point where Sam pitted on to a fresh set of softs. But I kind of wish I stayed out another lap, because then I might not have got held up in the pit lane from a Ferrari, I believe, that retired.
Yeah.
That sort of cost me the chance of getting ahead of Sam and probably like holding him back. So then Steerage could have got in the lead after he made his pit. But it's what it is. My softs were pretty bad, to be fair. Like, they were so cold after the safety car, it was horrible, that. But I'm lucky that I kept it on the track and I managed to take it a podium from that disaster.
Yeah, and it just shows that to not give up, and that is where you ended up. And how are you going to claw back in China?
Well, maybe not China. I might just have to go for another podium and help out Steerage, because Bahrain's a much better track for me. I mean, China's better than Australia, so I'm just going to be practicing a lot this week for China with my teammate and just work for the team, to be honest, up until like the last few rounds where we can go for the drivers. So we'll just be working as a team and probably hopefully getting podiums consistently. That's all I'm aiming for.
Yeah, just like the mid bit of last season, where you literally both of you got podiums every single race. But maybe we could see an 11 podium streak. We'll have to wait and see. I think that's all my questions, unless Jack has anything to say.
No, it's just a great job by everyone. I mean, I probably wouldn't have kept my head through that, because that was just a race all about trying to trick everyone else into doing something that they shouldn't do. But yeah, I think that's great job by everyone. I'm not too sure there's anything else me and Jess can say, unless any of the drivers want to say anything to each other on stream.
Big shout out to
I was just
Snowball
gonna say-
Podson, 15th to 4th.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Incredible
Luke did well.
drive.
Luke did well. I think that's his
Alright.
first actual competitive race without without the assist medium traction and ABS on. So he did really well.
Yeah.
Really?
And see you all in China. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if I can agree with if Jack can agree with me, I think Snob would definitely, I think, be driver of the day if
Yeah, up 11.
Who won the
a
Supercharge?
big game. Oh yeah, and he got the supercharge as well.
Yeah.
With his
Oh, yeah.
teammate.
He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, he's been wanting that for ages, and every time I said he hasn't got it, he's almost bit my arm off. So, yeah, I think that's all me and Jess can do. So thanks, Jess, once again for coming.
You are welcome. It's been nice to be back in Xbox. I missed it so much. So, yeah, looking forward to next week in China.
Yeah, next week hopefully Jess has her internet fixed, so it'll be over back on her side again. And yeah,
Hopefully.
that's all we can say.